Start. Sir, similar provision should be thought of here also so that the court would come to the rescue of the persons and see that the matter is settled. Now the position is that assistance of lawyer would be given to the plaintiff. The High Court is authorized to frame rules as it deems fit, but good alone knows when the High Court will frame such rules. Legal aid should not be taken as only an assistance of a lawyer. Now you are giving assistance of only lawyer to plaintiff who is needy. But what about defendant who is also equally poor? I am not talking about poor defendants. He is equally needy and he should be entitled to legal assistance. This, of course, comes within the purview of legal aid. There is also another proposal in the amending bill that case which has been brought should be disposed of within 60 days. Under the election law, election petitions are required to be disposed of within 6 months, but they are never disposed of within 6 months. They take years. So it is only a pious wish. Much time is taken up in serving notice of the appeal on the respondents. So, though it is a good thing, I doubt whether this will be achieved. Sir, none of the objects for which the amending bill has been brought forward can be achieved by this amending bill. But the bill is helpful in one respect. It has streamlined the procedure. It has removed doubts. It has removed conflict of judicial decisions by codifying the law. On legal aid, the question is how the litigant can have inexpensive justice and also speedy justice. Court fees have become major source of revenue for each state government and every year they raise court fees. It is impossible for the litigant to pay such high court fees. The law minister told us that last year he had written to chief ministers about it, but there has been no effect so far. When I spoke on law ministry's demands this year, I said that court fees should be kept within reasonable limits and that they should not be raised. Administration of justice is also a function of a state which is a welfare state. Another way of imparting inexpensive and speedy justice is to decentralize the courts. Courts should be established at each block headquarters so that the litigant will not be compelled to take the witnesses to the nearby cities. The witness is the major source of expenditure for the litigants because witness has to be treated like an honored guest. Sir, this bill to improve the service conditions of the judges cannot provoke any opposition from any quarter, but it is a pity that the government has to come with this measure as a consequence of a direction by the Supreme Court. I do not know how it passed the scrutiny of an efficient person that an artificial date cannot be fixed for granting the benefits of revised pension. It is obvious that a person who retired on 31/10/1986 cannot be paid rupees 4,500 and a person who retired on 1/11/1986 can be paid rupees 4,500 and on the fact of it discrimination is there now. So, rightly, the Supreme Court directed, and very rightly, the law minister came forward with this measure. The other things are they are given a allowance. It is not so large. It is only rupees 250 or rupees 300 for giving a cup of coffee or tea to those who come to their house. They get rent-free accommodation. They have also increased the conveyance allowance. But unfortunately, under the Income Tax Act, these are treated as prerequisites and are treated as part of remuneration. The result is the state government gives with one hand and the central government takes away with another hand. So they realized that it is not the same government's hands. It is a different government's hands. So they are removing this anomaly now. But here we have to pause for a minute. Such a thing has to be done for others also. When you are giving some allowance, the allowance should not be included in the remuneration and tax should not operate on it as being part of original salary. If you are giving some allowance to meet a specific purpose like transport, and if I am using that money for such purpose, then it should not be paid a burden on my original remuneration by way of increased income tax. You are eating into the original remuneration, so this facility should be extended to other fixed salary people also so that they will have a sigh of relief. Then about gratuity, the rupees 50,000 ceiling is also not good so far as the provisions of the bill are concerned. I have these few comments to make, taking this opportunity to express my views before you.